I wasn't expecting much from the trip. It was supposed to be a break, but really, I just wanted to get away from the silence at home. My husband said he was too swamped to come again. Lately he's always too busy. We don't fight, we just don't talk. When I arrived, I recognized a few familiar faces, but one woman stood out. Sophie. Confident, warm, the kind of person who made you feel like you mattered when she looked at you. We ended up walking together during the hike. It was casual at first, but then the conversation got deeper. She asked how I was doing, really doing. I don't remember the last time anyone asked that and waited for an honest answer. I told her things I hadn't said out loud before. About the distance. The way I feel invisible in my own home. She didn't offer cliches. She listened. Then she told me about her broken engagement. Said she'd rather be alone than feel alone next to someone. We laughed, but there was a heaviness to it. At one point, our hands touched. It was nothing, and yet it stayed with me. Something had shifted, and I didn't know what to do with it. That night, the air felt different. Everyone was relaxed, scattered, doing their own thing. Sophie found me again. She smiled like nothing was unusual, but her eyes told a different story, like we both knew something was quietly unfolding. We talked softer this time. No audience, no distractions. She leaned in, not physically but emotionally, asking how I really felt in my marriage. I told her the truth, that it's been months since I felt wanted. That sometimes, I wonder if my husband even sees me anymore. She didn't flinch. She told me I deserved more. Not just affection, but presence. Then came the silence. The kind that's loaded with answers you haven't said yet. Her hand brushed mine again, but this time I didn't move away. She looked at me like she was giving me a choice, not taking one. I didn't think. I just let it happen. Her lips met mine, and for the first time in forever, I didn't feel numb. I felt seen. It didn't feel wrong in the moment. It felt like breathing after holding it for too long. Later, I laid awake, flooded with everything. Guilt. Electricity. Relief. It wasn't planned. But it wasn't a mistake either. The morning after, everything was quieter. Not outside, but in my head. I moved through the day like nothing happened. Sophie did the same. No looks, no signals, just space. But internally, I was spinning. I couldn't stop thinking about the night before. How real it felt. How fast everything changed. I kept asking myself what it meant. Was it just a moment? Or did it expose something I'd been ignoring? I thought about my husband. How he used to ask how I was feeling. How he used to touch my back when I passed by him. When did that stop? And why did I let it? I never planned to be the kind of person who would cross that line. But it happened. And strangely, I didn't feel shame. I felt sadness. For everything I'd settled for. For how long I've been pretending things are okay. Sophie gave me space, but I felt her presence everywhere. Not in a needy way, just in the way she had seen me. The way she didn't try to fix me or question me. Just saw me. Before we left, she handed me a folded piece of paper. One line. Whatever you choose, don't forget how you felt up there. I never answered her. I just looked at her and nodded. Because I knew exactly what she meant. Back home everything looked the same, but I didn't feel the same. My husband asked if the trip was nice, barely looking up from his screen. I said it was fine. That was the end of it. No curiosity, no worms. Just silence. I went through the motions, unpacking laundry emails, but my mind stayed elsewhere. I kept thinking about how light I felt with her, how easy it was to laugh, to speak, to be. I hadn't felt that version of myself in years. And now, back in my reality, that version already felt like a distant dream. I didn't text Sophie. I didn't know what I would even say. But I read her note again. Over and over. Don't forget how you felt up there. It echoed in my head like a challenge. I wasn't planning to leave my marriage. I wasn't planning anything. But something cracked open in me, and it wouldn't close. I started looking at my life more honestly. At how quiet things had become. At how much I'd stopped asking for. I didn't regret what happened. Not because it was right, but because it woke me up. And now, I can't go back to sleep.